for allowing me to appear before you today. My name is Jason Robo. I'm the External Affairs Committee Representative for Associate Students at Humboldt State University. And I'm here on behalf of my students today, which I'm supposed to represent in current affairs in the community, whether it's local, state, or federal. In recent months, I've begun to learn about what's happening in the region and the problems of the indigenous peoples here. And I now understand things like the need to get fairly recognized, which wasn't an issue when there's systematic destruction of culture and life that seems to still be continuing today. Aside from the struggle to protect salmon on the Klamath, I've learned more about environmental injustice at a law conference that was at the University of Oregon in Eugene 2 weekends ago. And I found out about the history of the destruction of the Columbia and the effects on the tribes there. The Wild Road River area, and the destruction of deforestation and its effects on the region. Destruction and pollution at Los Alamos Nuclear Research Facility near Rio Grande out in Texas. Health impacts of fish and habitat of other peoples, and just so many different ones to name. Agricultural workers that resort on getting labor so they can survive since they need food to eat and the salmon aren't there anymore and things like that. Treated with blatant disrespect, sprayed with chemicals, and they don't even speak the languages in these training videos they're given. Herbicide sprays sprayed on the forest, and the Cucapo of Baja California are suffering similarly from what we do to Colorado River, and they have a death pact currently. There's about 50 some odd members left in the tribe, and they refuse to continue reproducing because their culture has been systematically destroyed. And all of these things is just a fraction of what is going on right now in this country. There's an extension of, what seems to be a racist legacy. Today we have it all whiteboard, it appears. I'm not sure if you have any kind of fraction of ethnicity in you who's not Caucasian, but ultimately this needs to stop, and I think it starts here with this Klamath River. We can stop it here today. It's more costly to keep the dams up, and we need to remove them.
Sum up your time, so no.
I see that here. We need to get rid of these dams. It's more costly to keep them, not just on the culture and the lives of these poor people that we're destroying, but also for the vitality of the region and the fact that these profits for corporations have no bearing on the life here.
This is your last sentence.
I'd like to have more in a sentence because I've been waiting for a long time. I have this much to go through.
Well, we had to be fair to everybody. We have everybody.
Yes, I understand that. We're taking up my last 30 seconds here. In the midst of climate change, dead zones in the ocean and the planet, we cannot afford this continuation to the tribes and here on the planet. We must prolong the existence of these cultures by destroying these dams and allowing their livelihoods to continue and addressing these issues. Violation of basic human rights, U.S. treaties, and civil rights, especially religious freedom are the issue. This is my last sentence. I pledge the support of HSU in the interest of the tribes, and I vow not to passively allow the continuation of this racist, inhumane treatment in the name of profit or corporate benefit of corporations that have no bearing on life in this region.
Thank you.